Hello, my name is Bishop Christopher Coyne of the Archdiocese of Indianapolis. I'm here on the ad limina visit with the bishops of Region 7 of the United States, which is all the bishops, the Catholic bishops of Indiana and Illinois and Wisconsin. And this is my third video podcast in reporting the visit and all the work that we've been doing and all the visits that we've been making to various congregations. As you know from the first segments, we were able to see the Holy Father just pretty much the first day that we were here and to meet with him. And since then we've been going to various pontifical councils and congregations. As you can see, the weather's just changed for the best. It's about the high 40s now and sunny. There's no wind. The city's kind of mainly thawing itself out. There's a little bit of snow and ice left in the shadows, but it's just great to see Rome in its great and sunny best. Behind me is the Dome of St. Peter's. The North American College where I'm staying is on the top of the Janiculum Hill, and it's a very beautiful place to stay. But also it's just got some magnificent views, and maybe towards the end of this podcast I'll add a couple of views of the city to my left as we finish up. The ad limina visit's been going real well. I mean, we've all been going to meeting after meeting after meeting, and seeing the different congregations. Just this morning, for example, we visited the Congregation for Religious, and where we talked to them about the various religious communities within our diocese and some of the issues involved in the fact that many of the hospitals that were founded by religious communities are now being turned over to nonprofits, and kind of understanding the Catholic identity of all of that, looking at some of the new religious communities that are developing and that are also being established within dioceses, and checking up on the processes along that. After that, I went to the Pontifical Council for Social Communications, headed by Archbishop Celi and his secretary, Monsignor Paul Ty. We had about an hour and a half visit with them. There was about 7 of us that went to that. We talked an awful lot about the use of the internet and some of the good works that the Holy See, the Vatican, has been doing in terms of bringing our communications up to speed and putting together a whole kind of plan for how we're going to do evangelization and the new evangelization in the years to come by using the new social medias like Twitter, like texting, like the internet, like blogging, like video podcasting. We talked a lot about the issues that are involved in it, and how it just is a real learning curve as to what works and what doesn't seem to work. For example, a website or a blog is something that's kind of a passive approach to the use of social communications, because people have to come to choose to visit that site in order to get the information. They have to come to us. Whereas if you use things like Facebook or using things like Twitter or texting or whatever kind of element like that, that's a more dialogical one, because we go out to them. In other words, when I post something on Twitter, it goes out to people, and it's meeting people where they are, and then people themselves can retweet it and send it out and get it out to other people. So there's a whole different way of understanding the internet. We also talked about some of the issues involved in the internet. We didn't get into some of the downsides of the internet, the huge pornographic industry that's part of it, but the fact that it can also lead to kind of individual isolation, that people can see themselves more separate from others and not in communion with others. They might have that kind of cyber community, but in terms of like day-to-day interaction, people would be spending more time alone in front of their computers or their iPad or whatever that may be, and how part of the struggle or the call for us is to think of ways to be creative, so that when we interact or we encounter people on the internet or through the new social medias, not only are we giving out education, but we're also inviting them to communion, to community, and away from isolation. The other thing about the ad limina visits that's been great too is that you also begin to have a lot of dialogue with other bishops about some of the things that they're doing in terms of social media within their own diocese and some of the blogs and things that they've posted. So it's nice to know that there are many, many more who are trying to do a lot of what I'm doing through the internet. We've had an opportunity to celebrate Mass too, which has been a great kind of thing to do together. We've gone to 3 of the 4 major basilicas already. We've said Mass at St. Peter's and St. Paul outside the wall. Yesterday we said it at St. Mary Major. Later today we're going to St. John Lateran. to say Mass around 4 o'clock. We'll say Mass up there, and that'll be the fourth of the 4 major basilicas, so I'm looking forward to that as well. Among the other congregations that I went to, we visited the Congregation for Education, in which we did an awful lot of talking. Seminaries in our diocese, there was a lot of discussion about the strength of the United States seminaries. In particular, they were very positive about Simon Brute Seminary in Indianapolis, our minor seminary. They also talked to me about St. Meinrad Seminary, but that's the Benedictines, and they have a lot of more to say about that than I do. But again, overall, they saw the seminary formation, seminary work as going well in the United States. There was some discussion about the role and the identity of Catholic universities and looking to strengthen the Catholic identity of our universities so as to strengthen the mission of the Church. It was a lot of good give and take. And of course, one of the nice things about being in Italy is the food and the wine. Although I've been pretty good about the wine because it's been so much work. But I've had a chance to get out to some of my favorite haunts and enjoy the scenery. So I'm going to kind of cut this one short a little bit. I just thought maybe I could show you a few of the scenes from up here, of the vistas and the views up here from the North American College. There's some snow on the mountains. You may not be able to see. It's a little bit fuzzy today, as far as some smog. But let me see what I can do, and I'll see if I can edit them so that you all can see what I'm seeing from up here on the top of the Janiculum Hill. Looking out over the Centro, towards the Centro across the river, Tiber River. The big white monument in the center is the Vittoria Emanuele, and behind that is the Forum. You really can't see much of the Colosseum or anything. We're looking over, there's the Quirinal Hill with the Quirinal Palace in the background. As you can see, it's a beautiful day today.